Hello, I'm your instructor, Ann Magnuson. I want to welcome you to our class, MAT271 Section 2. I wanted to make this little video to give you a quick tour of the course and to fill you in on some details that you might not have gotten from just looking around the course yourself. So when you enter the course, the entry point is this Getting Started material, and you can't look at any lessons or any discussion boards until you get through this material and take the course entry quiz and the what's known as the FERPA quiz. So you'll see these down here at the very end of this Getting Started module. So I clicked into the Getting Started material, and I'd like you to read through this because there will be a quiz on it. It goes over just the workings of the class, WebAssign, the textbook. If you've not used WebAssign before, you want to look at these videos and read through this section especially. WebAssign is a homework system that is correlated to our calculus text, which is Stewart Early Transcendentals 8th edition. It discusses me. There's a link to faculty information from our homepage, so you can always access that directly to see how to get in touch with me. This course is not self-paced, so in other words, you're expected to attend twice a week, and attendance is taken either via discussion board, which every week there's a discussion board, which is graded, and then the second attendance is some other assignment, a quiz, or homework or whatever else might be due for that week. So these attendance things are due Thursday and Sunday by 11:59 p.m. So keep those 2 days of the week in mind, because you don't want to miss more than 4 attendance checks, or you'll then violate the attendance policy. Wake Tech does have an attendance policy, so that information is on this attendance tab. We'll have 4 quizzes in the class about halfway through each unit test. They'll be in WebAssign, so then they're worth 10% of your grade. There are other quizzes, let me go back, there are other quizzes that are like mini Blackboard quizzes called self-check quizzes that are embedded in the lessons to make sure you get the big picture from the videos or whatever resources you were looking at in the lessons. We have 4 unit tests. Now here's a big thing. They're not online, they are proctored. So you have to come to either our e-learning testing center, which there's one at each of our campuses, or if you're not within a 50-mile radius of any Wake Tech campus, we can arrange for an alternate proctor, but it has to be approved by me, and it has to be at a real testing center, not, someone's mother-in-law or something. It has to be at a university or a community college. So we need a little bit of advance warning if you need to get an alternate proctor. Now that we do have some alternate proctors that we work with a lot and we know a lot about and feel comfortable with. And if you go to the e-learning testing center webpage here, there's a list of already approved alternate proctors. And the way that you register to take a test is with a website called Smarter Proctoring. And here's a tutorial on it, and there's a link to Smarter Proctoring right from our homepage. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little. I've been sick. This gives you information on the discussion boards. There's a rubric, and there's some rules you need to follow when you're posting. WebAssign homework, there'll be a WebAssign assignment for each section we cover in the text, and the due dates are Sundays, and you have lots of chances to get them right. So homework is worth, I think, is 2.5% of your grade. So that's something that's very important to do to prepare for, obviously, for quizzes or tests. We also have labs in this class that are not graded. They're just Word documents that you'll find in the lessons that you should download and print and do by hand, paper and pencil. They're just a little bit kind of a supplement to what's in the textbook. Here you can find how the grading, how the different assignments weigh for the current your total average, and you can always see what average your current average is in your grade book by the current average row or column. There are many ways that you can get help. We have an ILC, which is Individualized Learning Center, which is a tutoring center at all of our campuses. We have a STEM center, which is kind of a tutoring and advising center manned by math and science instructors on all our campuses. My office hours, you can make an appointment or just wander around the math department, see if somebody can help you if that's not necessarily a convenient way to do it. And then a lot of websites, so just please reach out to me if you need help. And then there is one group project in this class. It occurs at the end of the semester after the last day to drop with the W, so people don't disappear. And read through this to see how I grade it. Not everybody gets the same grade, even though it's a group project. Everybody needs to contribute. And then, so after you go through these, you'll get to that course entry quiz. If you don't take the course entry quiz by, I believe it's August 26th, there's an announcement that has the date in it, then you're automatically dropped from this class. So you need to take that course entry quiz. Once you take that quiz, this other quiz will show up, this academic honesty FERPA quiz. So I told you what that was before, so you need to sign in 2 places. And then once you get through that, you should be able to see the lessons. So you'll see that the content for the lessons are arranged by weeks. Each folder shows what we're covering for that week. Each folder is going to have a weekly checklist for you to download and go through. So if I open this, show you what the information that it's giving you. It's going to tell you what the attendance requirements are, what you're supposed to do each week. So notice that for each section, there's a module which contains videos created by me, which go along with the book and the homework, to some extent. Those self-check quizzes I mentioned before, the interactive graphs, everything is supposed to be kind of support each other, be aligned to the textbook section that we're covering. And the videos are based on these Desmos lessons that are also in this each folder. So you want to look at those. And then, so as I said before, each week you'll have a discussion board for attendance due on a Sunday night, and you'll normally need to do a problem and detail how you did the problem, and there's some rules and you need to look at the rubric. When you do click into a discussion board, at first it looks like there's no directions. What do I do? But if you go to create thread, that's where you see what you're supposed to post on and the discussion board rubric. So let me go back here. For this first week, there's a little bit more stuff. There's a video that discusses how WebAssign works. There's this pre-calculus review. Please do this. The first discussion board is based on this pre-calculus review. And the biggest problem people have in calculus is actually algebra. So make sure you feel comfortable with this review. If you don't, please get in touch with me. And then there's also this great reference, this algebra reference. It's called an algebra overview that one of our instructors made for calculus, because so many people do have issues with the algebra. So you want to download that and refer to that. I'd be interested to know how you find that. This is the first time that's been available this semester, so hopefully that's going to be of help to you. There's also a WebAssign readiness assignment that that is required, and it will count as a quiz, and it just helps you navigate WebAssign so that you don't get points counted off of a homework assignment because of a WebAssign user error versus a math error. So I want you to look at that, or excuse me, do that. And then, then we will have these learning modules covering each section and the text that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to click into one to show you what it looks like. So first, the learning objectives. again, a video. These videos are on YouTube and they're in playlists, and they are based on this Desmos lesson. And there'll be other, other resources in there, an interactive graph. This is a self-check quiz, so this is just, like just a few true, false, or multiple choice questions on a video that would have been, above it. And then also have PowerPoints right from the publisher. So this is kind of what each section in the weekly folders are going to look like, more or less. The videos might work well for you. Just reading the textbook might work well for you. You're going to need to, be in here a little bit to figure out what works well for you. So I also wanted to point out two other things. Excuse me, three other things. So if you click around the course, one of the areas is the course resources. Of course, there's the syllabus, the pre-calculus review items, and just some other helpful information. The e-learning testing center hours and rules and locations. There is this link to Smarter Proctoring. That's that website where you would register for your tests, and my exams haven't been created yet, but you'll know how to register when they're available, and I'll let you know when they're available. And then if you check our calendar as well as the Getting Started material under tests, you'll see what the dates that the tests are. The testing windows are 3-day periods that the test is available to take in our e-learning testing center. So this calendar is always available to you, and it also tells us what we're doing each week, and when WebAssign homework's due. I'll put up the quizzes and other due dates up here as well. So this is something you'll want to reference as well. So I hope that this tour was useful, and that you have a good semester. And don't forget to take that course entry quiz. Bye.